The Sindh-Tas, or Indus Water, agreements primarily refer to the series of water-sharing agreements between India and Pakistan, centered around the use of the Indus River System. While Sindh is a province of Pakistan, the agreements govern the sharing of the river waters that flow through both India and Pakistan. Here's a breakdown of the historical key agreements. 1. The Indus Waters Treaty, 1960. The most significant agreement regarding water sharing between Pakistan and India is the Indus Waters Treaty, IWT, signed on September 19, 1960. This treaty is a comprehensive agreement brokered by the World Bank. The agreement aimed to resolve water-sharing disputes, and it focused on the 6 rivers of the Indus River System, namely Jhelum,
Chenab,
Ravi, Beas, Sutlej, Indus. Key provisions. Pakistan was allocated the waters of the Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab rivers, while India was allocated the waters of the Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej rivers. India was allowed to build storage and hydroelectric projects on the eastern rivers, Ravi, Beas, Sutlej, but not on the western rivers, Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, except for certain exceptions under specific guidelines provided in the treaty. The World Bank was made an arbitrator in case of disputes, and the treaty provided mechanisms for addressing issues related to the construction of dams, barges, and canals. The treaty was considered a major diplomatic success, as it resolved a potential conflict over the distribution of vital water resources. It has largely held over the decades, despite political tensions between India and Pakistan. 2. Post-1960 developments. While the Indus Waters Treaty remained in place, several developments took place over the years that required interpretation and adjustments. 1970s to 1980s. The construction of Indian projects like the Wular Barrage and the Baglahar Dam on the Chenab River led to tensions. Pakistan raised concerns that such projects would reduce its share of water. The dispute resolution mechanisms under the treaty were activated. 2000s. India's construction of the Baglahar Dam on the Chenab River led to more disputes. The World Bank was again called to mediate, and the issue was settled through arbitration in 2007. 2010s. The construction of the Kishanganga Dam on the Neelum River, a tributary of the Jhelum, led to further disputes. Pakistan again raised concerns that India was diverting water from its share. In 2013, the International Court of Arbitration ruled that the dam could be built but with certain adjustments to preserve Pakistan's water rights. 3. More recent developments. 2016-2020s. Tensions between India and Pakistan over the waters of the Indus system have continued, especially after the 2016 Uri attack and the 2019 Pulwama attack, which led to some calls in India to revoke the Indus Waters Treaty. However, these calls have not yet resulted in any official moves to abrogate the treaty, although the issue remains contentious. India's water diversion projects. India has also initiated some diversion projects along the rivers of the western Indus system. While the treaty's framework allows India to use water for irrigation and hydroelectric projects, Pakistan has been cautious and sometimes confrontational about perceived violations of the terms. Key issues in the Sindh-Tas agreements and treaties. Hydroelectric projects. Many disputes have revolved around the construction of dams and barrages by India on rivers allocated to Pakistan, as they affect the flow of water to Pakistan. Water allocation. While the Indus Waters Treaty allocates specific shares of water, disputes over water shortages, climate change, and population growth have created new challenges. Pakistan's agricultural sector, particularly in Sindh, is highly dependent on the waters from the Indus River. Dispute resolution. The mechanisms for dispute resolution under the treaty, including the World Bank and the International Court of Arbitration, have been crucial in maintaining the agreement despite political tensions. Political influence. In recent years, political factors have impacted the treaty's stability, with periodic threats to suspend or alter it due to rising tensions between India and Pakistan. Conclusion. The Sindh-Tas agreements, particularly the Indus Waters Treaty, remain a critical aspect of Indo-Pakistani relations. While the treaty has been largely respected, there are periodic tensions and disputes that arise, particularly in the context of water usage, dams, and the geopolitical dynamics of the region. Despite these challenges, The treaty continues to be a vital instrument for water sharing between the two countries, and its successful implementation over the decades has prevented larger conflicts over water resources.
For Omani,